back to another episode of Res Divided. You got myself, Tommy.
You got Addy here.
All right, cool. All right, look, as you can see, Ham is still not back, but he's feeling much better. So hopefully, Ham will be with us next week. But we've got two special guests once again, two big Arsenal fans. We got my boy Yemi.
Things are peak right now, man.
And Tayo, obviously, as I said, another passionate Arsenal fan. But you know what? Ham's always said, that each fan is entitled to their own opinion. So it's funny how all Arsenal fans think differently. Last week, Tayo had different opinions to Ham. So it'll be interesting to see what you guys' views are with what's going on at the moment. But I know you love the team. So yeah, we were just talking about getting this.
I don't know about loving the team. I love the club, but the team right now, that's a bit debatable.
All right, cool. You love the club.
I love the badge, so yeah.
Yeah, so we talk about it, man. We talk about it. Let's get straight into it. Let's go straight into your game, pretty much. What was your thoughts on the game? We'll start with you, Yemi, on Sunday.
What, the Chelsea game?
Yeah, the Chelsea game.
I went in there just hoping we didn't get embarrassed, to be honest. I'll be honest. I'll be really honest. I started watching the game from pre-season, the behind closed door game against Watford, and I think it was Watford and Brentford, I believe it was again?
Yeah.
And I watched both games and I was just like, yeah, nothing's changed. You look at the team, we haven't even got a pattern of play. I don't know what we're trying to do. We get the ball, and every time we get the ball, I feel like, we try to pass out from the back. If we get it out from the back, the next line, Xhaka, then Xhaka looks at Tierney, and he just puts four of us in the box. So it's just weird. I don't understand it. I was saying to one of my friends over there, I felt even when Arteta first came in, we actually had a base and a structure, and we're Ganson when we were playing three at the back, and we played a 3-4-3, and we had Saka and Bellerin as the wing backs. I felt even then we had a bit of structure. I felt like we had a plan on what we're trying to do. When we're playing that, I think it was there was a game I think we had last season. I think it was against Wolves, and we lost 2-1 the game. David Luiz got sent off, and we should have finished him in 15 minutes. I think Saka hit the post. I think Pepe missed a sitter. He had silly chances, and literally they went up the other end, got a penalty. They went 2-1 up. So even when we had the threat at the back, Xhaka, Partey, or Ceballos, whoever it was, and Oneni, and we had Saka on the left as the left wing back, and we had Bellerin, and we had Lacazette, Pepe, supporting Aubameyang. I thought even then we might not have created more chances, but when we hit him on the break, we were effective.
Yeah.
There was still something there, and I thought, all right, cool. With Arteta, I remember I said to you, when we got Arteta, I was over the moon. I was like, yeah. Because do you know how much I idolize on Pep, the way he plays football. I understand him. He gets criticized for spending loads of money on players, but we can't debate. He always improves players.
Yeah.
That's one thing you can't deny about his coaching style. He might be a wanker sometimes, excuse my French, but Pep does what he does. But yeah, so when Arteta was coming, I was like, and the way obviously Man City players spoke about Arteta, what he done for them, I thought, you know what, this guy knows the club. He's not a club legend, but he's a fan's favourite.
Yeah.
I believe he led us to our first trophy in 9 years when we first got the FA Cup in 2014. So he had some sort of rep within the club. And him coming from Man City with a winning mentality and everything, I thought, yeah. I remember his first game with Junior against Everton. And even then I said, yeah, I could see something different. Then the next game, we slapped you at home 2-0. I was like, yeah, let's go. There's something happening there. But to me, where I think it went pear-shaped, where I thought there was no coming back, was the game against Slavia Prague at home, the second leg. I just felt like, no, not Slavia Prague. Who was it? The semi-finals. Who did we play again? Villarreal. I thought, nah, that was awful, man. Because I genuinely believe that if we caught United in a one-off game, we would have beaten you guys. There's always something about when we play United that the players somehow turn up. So I thought a one-off game against United, we could beat them. But that game, I'll be honest, I was close to tears. I was so upset. I don't mind Arsenal losing, but lose with a bit of vim, lose with spirit. And I always say one thing about Arsenal right now: there's no personalities within the team. I look at my club here. And I don't look at any of the boys and I think, yeah, yo, like him, yeah, he's got a bit about him. They're all just a bit, yeah, man, I'm at Arsenal. Like, I'm making my money. Like, and I feel again, a lot of the younger boys, and I'm not taking anything away from the boys coming through. Like, they all probably love Arsenal, but I don't feel there's a player there who really knows what it's like playing for Arsenal. Like, what I grew up knowing about Arsenal. Like, I grew up in school watching the Invincibles. Like, my hero's Henry. Like, I idolize the guy. That's what the Arsenal I know. I don't think there's no one there that really understands that. So I don't know. Where we're going, man. So what's happened in the Brentford game was a reflection of. I said it to the boys last year. I said all these games, slapping West Brom 4-1 at home, going to Palace. These are all default games. This is what we do. We're known for doing this. Like, this is like, you see me. I don't live in a bubble. I love football. I love Arsenal first, but I love football. I could sit down and watch United against whoever for 90 minutes. I just love football. So I'm not gonna sit and be like, oh yeah, this, that. Like I said, listen, we might have finished 6 points behind the Champions League spots. But if you look at the games we lost, Villa done a double against us last season. Wolves done a double against us last season. Everton done a double against us last season. Leicester done a double against us.
Bare doubles. Doubles.
I'm getting there. Like, these teams shouldn't be doing doubles against us. So when you're telling me 6 points, we've dropped 20 points. Like, we dropped 20 points. So, like, even I look at the whole thing, the whole club, everything behind Arteta. Like, you look at Arteta's assistant, it's Steve Round. Like, no disrespect to Steve Round, he's got his resume from his time with Moyes at Everton, went to United.
He went to United too, yeah.
Didn't do great after that, obviously. But come on, man, football's moved on, man. Like, I feel like what I saw, like, there's no ideas, there's nothing going on. Like, everything's just gloomy. And I feel until there's a change, like, I'm sorry, man, I'm waiting for a lot of pain. And that's it. But I believe if we lose tomorrow and we lose on Saturday to City, I think he's gone.
Yeah, you're definitely losing to City.
Yeah. Right off City. No, right off City.
The City one's not a maybe.
Losing tomorrow to West Brom is unthinkable. This is the first time in 25 years Arsenal's entered the League Cup at the second stage. That shouldn't be happening. Like, and I'll be honest, going to that West Brom game, I'm not even confident. I'll be totally honest. Even if we put up the Aubameyang, the Lacazettes, I'm not confident we're going to beat them. Do you know why? There's no vim in the team. There's no personality. I look around here. I don't, apart from Tierney, but I'll be real. That's just a natural Scottish thing he's got. It's just him trying to win. But everybody else, no one really cares about playing for Arsenal like that. Like, even, I say to everyone here, to my friends, like, I might be a hard critic on Saka because I think Saka should be doing much more than he's doing. Saka gets into unbelievable chances and he misses so much sitters, but he gets overlooked because, oh yeah, Saka over 19. At City, at United, at Liverpool, we'll be getting good for these chances if he's missing them. But everyone's like, oh, he's 19. I love the boy, don't get me wrong. You know how much I love Saka, but he's missed so many big chances against Wolves last year. He missed like 2 1-on-1s against Southampton in the FA Cup. Against, I think it was even Villarreal. Like, these are chances that if you give it to Greenwood, he'll put them in. And I'm saying that.
But the thing with Saka,
they're not the same position.
Yeah, the thing with Saka, though, obviously, I do agree with you. He does need to work on his finishing. But with Saka, there's too much pressure on him. That's the thing, though, right?
Bro, you can't. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, you can't say there's too much pressure. You're playing for Arsenal. Greenwood plays for Man United. He handles the pressure. Foden plays for City. He handles the pressure. They're all similar ages.
Yeah,
football's
but
changed now.
I hear what you're saying.
I think we're all missing the point. You can't really say that. If you look at the personnel that plays for Arsenal, it's totally different to what plays for likes of City, Liverpool, even Tottenham. Now you're relying on the 19-year-old or 21 or 20-year-old to carry a team, but you can't really say Saka should be carrying that team.
I'm not saying I'm not saying he should carry the team, but I'm saying these are chances that he should get and should be finishing. I'm going to interject here, Nothing. Where are we trying to get to? Are we trying to get back to where United are, Liverpool and Chelsea, or are we just trying to close the gap against the top? Because I'll be honest here, anything apart from competing for the title to me is not. I don't care about that no more. I'll be real.
I don't think you should watch football then. I don't think you should watch your Arsenal.
I think
that's miles away.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We're miles away from that. That's what I'm trying to say.
Who've we got in our team? We've not really got anyone in our team. We can only work based on what we have. We've only got the likes of those Saka, Tierney, those guys. Those
I understand that.
And you can't say little guys. You want to compare it to those Man City. Yeah, Foden will play well. When Foden sees a good pass from De Bruyne, he's going to finish.
Fair enough, but
we don't have those guys in our team. You can't say.
But that's also due to poor management.
All those chances Saka has got. Those are chances that he's made on his own and he's put himself in that position to finish them. Look at the assists. Look at the assists last season. Saka was one of those guys that brought all those assists. Who have we got? We've got Willian. How many assists did we get from Willian last season? 5.
Well, who's forced that?
In the first game, Willian had 3 assists. First game.
But Teo,
37 games later, how many assists did we get from Willian? None.
But who's forced that?
We are saying Saka, we are saying Kenny.
But who's forced that again?
Is the manager's fault for buying those players?
It's the club's fault.
No, you can't say club.
It's the.
You
cannot say the club. We spent 139. Listen.
All right. Let's not use a football club. Let's say, okay, you've got a company now. Your staff are not performing well. Are you still gonna go recruit the same staff that you know does not have a good resume to come work for you?
I will set them and bring someone. I will set them and bring somebody else here.
Good to come in.
Exactly. So why don't we do that?
We can't.
Why didn't we go get Brendan Rodgers? Why didn't we go get Brendan Rodgers when he was at Celtic then before we went to get Arteta? Why didn't we do that? Why haven't we got structure at Leicester? Are Leicester bigger club than Arsenal? Is that what you're telling me?
They're not. But what they're doing is they're going. All those managers want to go to Leicester. All those managers don't want to come to Arsenal.
That's what I said. You have to blame the club.
So
who do you blame then?
What do you mean? Will you blame?
You know what? I love this here because all I asked you was about the Chelsea game.
Who else do you blame? Are you going to blame the fans?
I love this.
Are you going to blame the fans?
I only just asked about the Chelsea game.
What are you going to blame the fans?
I'm actually loving this.
The club to be
back to what Yemi's saying, I hear what you're saying, because I think Ade and Ham always refer back to this.
Sorry, we spent £35 million on Mustafi 5 years ago. He left on a free.
Yeah.
He left on a free. You go look at what Leicester do on how they buy players and how they move on and how they make profits off their players. Why can't we do that?
Can I ask you a question? So who's giving the board those lists and say, oh, you know what? I want to sign Mustafi. There's someone in that club that's basically saying, bring Mustafi to the team. Oh, bring Aubameyang to the team.
You blame the club.
The board.
You blame the club.
Did he say the club or the board?
No, he said the club.
I thought he said blame the board. I think
he said the club.
Okay.
The club.
And the board as well. So you're happy with the Conquest being in charge of Arsenal right now?
I'm just saying the board. Like, if someone
to be fair to the board, the board is giving
not working well.
Edu should not be our technical director. Let's be honest. Why is Edu our technical director? Why is he our technical director? Let's be honest. What has he got in his CV to deserve that role?
Well, he's done well from his previous job. So if he's done
previous
well,
job? He was working for the Brazil national team as a player liaison manager. What are you talking about?
So what are you saying? All those signings he's brought in. Are you saying Arteta has not said, you know what, I give you the go ahead for us to get this player? We got Ben White for 50 million. 50 million for Ben White.
That's English tax, bro.
Grealish
cost 100 million.
For 1 million.
Grealish cost 50 million.
Better job than Ben White.
Grealish cost 100 million, bro.
Cool. Let me.
He's never played in the Champions League.
All right, cool.
He's never played in the Champions League.
I'm gonna stop.
We could go all day.
Okay, I'll stop both of you. Yeah.
I'm telling you, our fan base is so toxic. It's so we just bicker at each other. It's so bad. It's so bad.
All right, let's just. I'll stop both of you here because obviously we're not getting anywhere with this. But just going back to what you said, Yemi, I heard what you're saying in terms of like Saka finishing. I'm just playing devil's advocate in terms of saying that you guys don't have like other qualities around him. But if you're good enough, you're good enough. It's that simple, isn't it?
Not really.
No, yeah, it is. Trust me.
Not really. Look at Ronaldo for Juventus. If those guys are not as good as what he is, it's not going to be.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying he's not going to get any better. But I'm saying if he's good enough right now, then you're just good enough. It's that simple. Like as you said, Foden, as you said with Greenwood, Mason, if he gets in that position, we're pretty more or less.
But it's two totally different things.
Nah,
Mason,
it's two
the
different
position Mason has grown up in is different to the position.
No, I hear what you're saying.
Every player has different attributes.
Yeah, definitely, bro. I agree with that.
So
100%.
Mason's attributes are finishing attributes, so you can't compare it to Mason.
No, but I'm just he's talking about the finishing. He just
no,
you're not
bro.
talking,
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying about finishing.
Sorry, AR to interject on what I meant by when I compared Saka in terms of finishing. I'm saying these are big moments, innit? Like these are game-changing moments. I get, yeah, he's a 90s, he shouldn't care, but that's the difference, innit? Football is fine margins that decide games. You could see it. You could literally 100%. Be on attack. You could be on attack, and literally you miss an open goal, and the team goes on the other and they score. That's it, done. So these are the things I'm trying to say.
So I understand where both of you are coming from, because even what Pat's saying is that he's carrying a lot more than Mason.
More,
Mason's
100%.
Mason's got bare players to spread it on.
This support that's completely different things.
Go around him. Look who's got around him.
And obviously,
chances will come easily.
Ty's obviously made a great point in terms of like a lot of like Saka's chances are chances that he's created himself. So by the time you're beating 2 or 3 players and get to that position, it's hard. Yeah, it's hard to find that composure at times.
Actually tired.
He is tired. No, look at what happened. Okay, look at the game on Saturday against what's it called, against Chelsea. Was it Sunday? When what's his name, the number 10 Smith Rowe got to the final and he just dropped on the floor. And that was, you see, and we're relying on these guys to carry the club. Well,
it's cool anyway. All right, look, let's just move on.
Relegation continues, but yeah,
we'll come back to Arsenal in a second. We'll come back to Arsenal in a sec. Ade, what are you saying about United on Sunday?
Well, I predicted, innit? It's what I predicted. I predicted we wouldn't win.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was that excitement in the first game. We beat Leeds, but it's just typical United. Is we'll win a big game and then we'll go and draw to someone low
top bottlers,
lose. So that's what we do normally. But there's some the match was it was a dead match. Like I watched it, first 15, 20 minutes. I was thinking, are we playing on a 9-a-side pitch? Because everyone just seemed to be on everyone else's head. Literally I was thinking this pitch is so small. What's happening? But everyone was just standing in the same spot. It was ridiculous. And then Martial was woeful. Matic and Fred. How are you going to use two defensive midfielders that are losing the ball? So they're meant to win the ball back for you, and they're the ones losing the ball. Yeah, it was horrible to watch. It was horrible to watch.
Bro.
So
just to touch on that Matic and Fred situation today, bro, I'm so frustrated because, as you said, those boys are supposed to win the ball back for you, right? And if they keep losing the ball, our attackers are tired from running back to win to support them. You know what I'm saying?
And there are 2 of them.
There's 2 of them. And it's not as if there's one. And then Matic one is not that bad. But you know why Fred? Let me finish. Why Fred one's so bad? Because Fred is involved in pretty much every single play, and his technical ability is so poor. And on top of that, his touches is so poor. So it's not that it's just losing the ball in the defensive area. When we are actually trying to build play, you're losing the ball again. In the final passes, your touch will be too horrible. That's the problem with him. And this is why I remember I was telling you that it's not Shaka is not as bad as him. Because Shaka is not as bad as this
Tommy,
guy.
You've made an amazing point just now. I love football, so I hate Man United. You know how much I hate. I tell you all the time how much I hate United. But I always say United are only a number 6 away to actually winning the big trophies. I believe that a striker will come. I still believe Cavani could get you 30 goals a season at his age with what United have around him. I believe if United had a Verratti and a number 8 who could sit next to Verratti, I think United could literally win it. I just think you haven't got that deep line midfielder. Match ain't got the legs. I watched the Southampton game on Sunday, and literally Matic and Fred is they're playing cross me across you. They just get the ball and they just literally pass sideways with each other. They're so flat-footed in midfield. It's so bad. I just feel like you need that little something because Bruno's never going to come back and do what you want him to do there. Bruno, to me, is a number 8, number 10. He doesn't want to do the gritty. Bruno only runs back when he loses the ball. That's the only time you see Bruno running back. So I believe until United get at number 6, I feel like City, Liverpool, Chelsea are still going to fall short behind them 3 because they've all got that. They've all got that midfielder who could actually get on the ball and control the game. You guys haven't got that.
Yeah, no, to be honest, bro, watching that game was so frustrating. And even when we did get the equalizer, thinking it's time now to get at them. Bro, this is what the manager frustrates me too, bro. Like so Southampton started the second half, they made a defensive substitution. We didn't make any substitution, fair enough. And then Southampton made another substitution. But instead of you making two, you got Jesse Lingard on the bench, and you brought on who did you bring on? What was the second player that you brought on first? McTominay. Even if you do, is it McTominay you brought on first? No, I did. No, Sancho.
Sancho.
Yeah. So, bro, if you're gonna bring on Sancho and take off Martial, fair enough. But take off one of those defensive midfielders and bring on Lingard. You got to take one of them off because it's ridiculous.
And even if they were playing okay, you still need to take one of them off. But they were horrific. Like, I'm not even gonna get at Matic that much because I know he hasn't been kicking balls, so it's a bit confusing for him. But they were horrific.
No, bro, it was horrible to watch.
Sorry to ask you guys, why is Donny Van Beek not gonna look in that? I'm just intrigued by how.
You know what? Playing. God bless you, because you took the words out of my mouth.
I don't understand it.
If you want, when I watch this guy at Ajax,
if you say there's 30 million, I'm grabbing. I will literally open the door for them and say, "Yo, first team, that's you, number 6."
When I watch him at Ajax, bro, if you put rather than using Fred and McTominay, you put him, he's definitely doing much better than them. One of them. So there's no point using. Oh, bro.
But Tommy, then again, don't you think like you've seen this guy in training majority of the time? You know those man that if it doesn't fit in his plans, he's not gonna.
Yeah, but bro, he hasn't given up.
Whatever he does in training.
Okay, I hear what you're saying, but there's two things. One, you haven't given up opportunity. Two, the guy is better than what you use. That's my only concern. Even if he's not those great, he's better than what you use. Whatever you ask him to do, he's going to do it better than the guys that you're using. And then you haven't really given an opportunity. And that's to be fair to Ollie, I'm not going to knock him for that because everybody else is giving all those youngsters an opportunity. Everyone. I don't understand why he hasn't given Van Beek.
But you know, when he plays for Ajax, you know, he always push up front every single time. He doesn't really stay in that number 6 position.
Yeah, he's like a 6'8". Yeah.
Do you think like Ole is actually looking at to say, you know what? Every time I go into these Premier League games, I want to make sure I secure a win. If not, it's
Teo, you're hitting on the head. I'm going to say that. I was just going to say what Teo said. I think Ollie's gets to that risk of playing him, Van Beek, and Pogba. Bruno and Pogba. I think he's just too scared to take that risk.
That's the problem with the manager. That's the problem with our manager, right? It's about taking risk, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? It's about taking risk. You're not going to win the league by being nice. You're not going to win the league by not taking a risk. You have to take a risk, bro. You can't win anything. Like, there's no point of you buying all these players. My issue is they support this guy so much that the player, like, he's being supported.
He's getting every fund.
Everything, bro. Like,
oh, you want this?
You know what I'm saying? You've been supported so much.
Yeah. You see, all these wrinkles have even gone down this summer. I see
it looks nice now, isn't it?
We can't be falling down in the final over, bro. This is a lot. Was it the first season? How many semi-finals?
No, four. Yeah, you ain't won a trophy in 4 seasons. I already realized you ain't won a trophy in 4 years.
Bro, like it's insane, man. Like I'm tired. As I said, look, I went into the season despite our signing as optimistic as I should be. I'm not optimistic. I was a bit pessimistic because of him as a manager. I feel like he's our weakest link.
But don't you think you're going to give him credit for what he's done, though?
No, bro.
No? So what are you saying? You rather take a cup than finish second?
No. I'm not saying that. What?
Because remember, Mourinho finished 6th.
I would.
So you rather finish 6th?
No, wait. What I'm trying to say is...
You know what? Sorry to this. This is kind off topic. It's true. Let me get...
What I'm trying to say is... Bro, it's not even about that. It's a position that we've been in. It's not about whether I rather a trophy than a top 4 position. We've been in a top 4 position and we can still win a trophy. So it's not as if that we're in a position where we had to pick one or the other. We've been in both situations. So there's no point in me saying I'd rather do this than to get that. We've been in a position where you could have won a league and we could have still got top 4. Like as Yemi, and I'm always saying this to Ade and Ham, and as Yemi said, bro, I grew up with the era where we was used to winning big things. I'm not going to ask him for much, bro. Like, top 4 shouldn't be like some sort of expectation for United. Bro, that's minimum requirement. That should be minimum requirement. And then trophy, bro, you've had opportunities to win it. Like what I'm trying to say is the longer it goes without a trophy, the harder it becomes. Like mentally, the players is going to be like a big obstacle for the player to overcome. The longer you go without it. You've had great opportunities to win that.
What's that? Two final. How many finals have you been to in the last 4 years? What? A Europa League final, FA Cup.
And like how many semi-finals? You've had great opportunities, bro. Brendan Rodgers has done it with Leicester.
Arteta's done it with Arsenal.
Like, bro, it's just like I'm not saying trophy defines his reign as a United manager. What?
To some extent, it does.
It does. That's why I don't understand.
Possibly. But apart from the trophies, I'm not just knocking him just for trophies. Tactically, it's not sound.
I think he's done well, Tommy.
Bro,
personally, anyway, I know I'm not a United fan, but
and another reason why I don't think he's done well is that what has he done that the rest hasn't done? Obviously, he's just put the good factor back to Man United.
Yes, I'm gonna say that. He put a good feeling back to United.
He's got the players playing together like a team.
Together, yeah.
Well, that's not what we want to eat. That's not what we want to eat.
Luke Shaw was more or less dead and buried on the Mourinho. He's revived Luke Shaw. He's brought Brom back.
He was your best player.
No, you have to rate him for that. You have to rate him for that.
Come on, man, Tommy, man. He's done it. He's done well.
I'll give him the Luke Shaw thing, but bro, like tactically, it's not good.
But I reckon if he doesn't deliver this season,
I think he's gone this season if he doesn't win a trophy. Yeah. And I put a bet down. I don't think United are going to win a trophy this season. I believe United will win a trophy this season.
Bro, my thing with him is just that it's not good enough. He's not good. He's just Mr. Nice Guy. It's great being nice, but that's not going to win you anything, bro. Like we can't just keep getting top 4 every year and with nothing to show for it. So, well.
I think another thing you need to consider is with United, you get everyone's willing to prove a point now. Even the first game of the season, you can see everybody was on it. As soon as the whistle went, everybody was on it. Even when they lost,
first game back at Old Trafford after that.
That's fine. Even when they lost the first goal against Southampton, again, same thing. Everybody just turned up. Everybody, even Pogba, look at the way he's playing now. Like he's happy.
Yeah.
Fernandes.
Do you think Pablo will stay or leave? How do you guys see that guys?
I think it depends on how our season goes. If our season's positive and it looks like it's something he can be part of, that's going to be great, then he'll stay. But if not, you disappear, right? Like you want your name in the history books.
I think he will stay one more season. After this season, I definitely think he's going to leave.
Nah, he wouldn't. I don't think he will. I think he's flirting with the PSG idea. I think he's really flirting with that PSG idea. Like, I think he sees that as making proper sense. Next year turns 29, gets a 5-year deal at PSG, last big contracts. Why not?
They've got a dynasty. They've got mad players. So you're potentially looking at trophies upon trophies.
So I think he's gone. To be honest, I think he's gone.
Yeah,
I think if we're going to sign that contract, he would have signed it. That United are too big of a club to let a player wait of Pogba stature anyway to wait to the last second for him, because you can start talking to anyone basically from now. What is it? Not Jan's around the corner.
Yeah, you can.
It's everyone.
You can. So we'll just wait and see anyway what he does, because. Like, he's just going to run it out. I think it's all right.
I'll be honest, if I was United, I would have cut my losses to someone and sold him. And asked him, do you want to still go? You either sign or leave and just go and get someone else. Because I still think Bruno could carry United. You get somebody else with character. There's a few players United could have gone in for.
That's going to play the same just as Pogba plays. I don't think so.
Doesn't have to be exactly like Pogba. That's the problem. That's the problem about football nowadays. It doesn't have to be a like for like.
Yeah.
A like for like.
But Zeda is better, but you can't find another one to replace him like that, though.
But they could compensate his loss. That's what I'm trying to say.
Because even if you see the way he plays now, he plays like he's got this free role of where he can just maneuver anywhere, in comparison to before, where everybody just want him to just sit in the middle and just play there, like don't move from that middle. So
look, Pogba will do what he wants anyway, man. He doesn't come out and say anything. So when he's ready to come out,
he's so funny. He never said anything, did he?
Cool. All right, look, we're just you got anything else you want to ask us about United before we go back to your boys again?
Where do you guys honestly think you finish the season? How do you see the season going?
Right,
I think we will finish top 4. I'm not expecting first or second. I think probably the best we can get is third.
Yeah.
But
It never crossed my mind us winning. Winning never crossed my mind for 1 second.
But do you still think you need a striker though to achieve that target?
I don't think so. I think amongst all the forward players we have, we'll get enough goals.
Yeah, I believe so.
But we could get a better striker. Like we get a better striker, things change. But we have enough goals to finish in top 4.
What do you think of Harry Kane in Man United?
I'll take him. Like I remember years ago, like absolute years ago. This must have been like 5 years ago. And Savage was talking on Talksport or one of these radio stations, and he was like, "Oh, go and get Harry Kane for 50 million." And I thought to myself, 50 million's a lot. If I could go back in time, if I could go back in time,
150 is a shout. Like
I remember that because we Tottenham was, I think we actually wanted them back then. Tottenham was saying 50, but back then 50 million was a lot of money. We couldn't.
It's like, are you mad?
But if he had the opportunity to go back, well, I'll go back.
But touching on that, he's got a really, really bad agent, hasn't he, man? How do you sign a 6-year deal? That is
players get blinded though, because the truth is, if I'm on 130, some people see 160k and be like blinded and like, I'm gonna sign 8-year, 10-year contracts. Well, actually, if you rate yourself, why are you tying yourself in for that long?
Well, you're right there. How much? AR hit the nail on the head. AR hit the nail on the head. I think Harry Kane, when he signed that contract in 2008, he probably thought, you know what? I think we might win trophies. We're getting there. I'm comfortable here. Let me secure my future, basically. Because Harry Kane probably 4 or 5 years ago, he probably for the highest level he ever played would probably be the Championship. He didn't ever think he'll probably break through at Tottenham. He probably thought, let me just secure my future. But now he probably regrets thinking, what have I done? And Danny Levy, he's a man. He doesn't. Yeah. And he's not going to City this summer. I'm telling you.
I'm not gonna lie. So I work in the corporate field, innit? So I'm very corporate minded. And when people start bringing up, I'm like, okay, Spurs should let him go, but man, you signed a contract. That's it.
Yeah, man.
I'm all about the contracts. If you signed a contract, they're in charge of you, bro.
All right, cool. Anything else, Ty? You got questions for United boys?
No, you've already answered that in terms of if Harry Kane goes to United, what would you do?
All right, cool. Yeah. All right. In terms of your question, Yemi, I'm with Ade. It's just top 4. That's my expectation. See, top 4. All right, cool. I got some questions for you guys anyway, because as I said. But to be fair, it won't be that long. Yemi pretty much he went on a rant at the beginning anyway. I only asked him about Chelsea game, you know. He's covered majority of it. All right, cool. So the first thing I was gonna say is so we go one by one. Yemi first and Ty, you answer after. Actually, no, what? We start with Ty this time, and then because I know Yemi's gonna go on a rant again. Yemi's got. Right, Ty, so obviously you guys spent 129 million.
Yeah.
Are you happy with the signing? Because bear in mind, 129 million is the highest of any European club. Are you happy? Are you happy with the signings?
No. Why? I think we're still relying on this youth. We see we're signing all this 23, 21. And the problem when you start doing that is it gets to a stage where, say for example, Ben White now performs very well in the next 2-3 seasons. So it's going to be 26. And you know what's going to happen next? The likes of United or Man City will come out. Oh, that player is very good. let me take him off you guys. Oh, you bought him 50 million. Okay, don't worry, I'll give you 70 million for it. And we now go again back to the drawing board and start all over again. And if you can see in the history of Arsenal, what we've done previously is like we've sold Van Persie when he was one of our top scorers to United. Then Alex Sanchez is when. Then everybody just keep going. The good players keep going. And how long are we going to do that for? So is that a good signing? No. Let's go for someone that's already like, a bit of old player, someone we can rely on. We still got like likes of Rafinha, all those guys there. Let's just go for one of those guys. Let's win something. Then we can attract those other players. But right now, no one wants to come to Arsenal. And that's the honest truth.
Rafinha is a great player. Though. That's not a bad shout.
Yeah.
But I was going to insert Rafinha. Leeds. The top player. But just touching on that, the only issue with Arsenal at the moment is that you can't really get players like Rafinha you can get, but the established players all wants to play in the top European football. And because you're not in Europe, the problem is you have to buy potential. You can't buy established players. Yeah. The only established players you can buy is from like the leagues or they might look.
Even look at Danny Ings, for example. Like those are players. We can get those players, man. Forget Aubameyang, for example. Yeah, let's start building this team around Lacazette. Get like Ings in there. If Lacazette gets injured, Ings can finish all day long. We are missing that. Look at when Aubameyang came on against Chelsea. The guy I don't know if he touched the ball.
Sorry, Tyler. I thought we were gonna clash, but yeah, you're saying some stuff that I like. Like, they're gonna clash still, but yeah.
But I know, Yemi, you haven't been on that.
Because he hit the nail on the head. Like I said the same thing. Like, don't get me wrong. All the signings. Don't get me wrong. I look at our sign and I look at our sign. Am I happy? I'm like, every day my mood changes about then. I'll be totally honest. I look at and one day I'm like, yeah. Odegaard.
I don't get why we went for Odegaard.
Like, I'm gonna get there 1 second. Like, I look at these things and I'm like, all right, cool. Like, we've got this squad we're trying to build yet. Ben White had one good season at Brown with £50 million for him. If you were so in need of a centre back that was Premier League established, I would have gone to someone like Wolves or something, or Southampton. Even Vestergaard, to me, is one of the most underrated defenders in the Premier League. Just because Southampton gets slapped 9-0, people don't think about football. And it's so reactionary now. It's based on one or two games. 100%. He's a proper defender. I'm not gonna get him there. Like to play with Gabriel, £50 million a slip. You get 2-3 years out of him, a bit of experience around the boys. Like we went to get who did we go sign the other day as well? Tavares. Why we got to send Tavares? Go to somewhere like Norwich and get Max Aaron.
Lokonga.
No. That's one sign I'm actually very happy with.
But we don't need that right now. This is the problem. Look, you can still go Southampton, as you said, and get his name, James Ward-Prowse. Like we can still get those guys.
Those sort of players. Hey. And the problem was like I look at our front line, and I'll be real. Nothing excites me.
Only Lacazette. I'm not gonna lie. Lacazette.
Like, only if you know how much. Like Tom, you know how much